Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am barefaced today, and in honor of 1,000 subscribers, I just wanted to do a paranormal get ready with me. So I just kind of wanted to do my makeup and talk about everything paranormal, kind of like my upbringing, because I got a lot of questions about my upbringing and my personal beliefs. So I thought that that would be a good thing to do today. But before anything, I can't believe I got 1,000 subs. Honestly, I know it might not seem like a big deal to a lot of people, but I'm a busy working college student, and when I first decided to put out YouTube videos, it was honestly just as a documentation, a documentation series where I wanted to remember these things that I had experienced, and it was kind of like my online diary. I never thought that people would actually watch them. Of course I know once you put things out onto the internet that everyone could see it, but I never thought that I would receive as many responses and as many subscribers as I did. So thank you guys so much for that. Honestly, that really made me content and very happy, and thank you to everyone who watches me. Honestly, that's just amazing. And I'm not naked, I'm wearing a bandeau top, so please don't think I'm like, no. I just got monetized, so no. But yeah, so I'm just gonna get started. I grew up, I was born and raised in Las Vegas, and my parents are both Mexican American. So I grew up in a family that was very religious. I was born and raised Catholic, and when I was younger, my family and I did go to church a lot. And our faith was very, very strong in the traditional aspect of being a Catholic. So our faith was always put into God. The rosary was done all the time. Christmas was always, worshiping Jesus and his birth. But these past few years, things had happened in our family. So we decided to, yes, we are still Catholic, but we decided to, become even more spiritual and open to a lot of things that were, occurring in our life. And that was also with, being open-minded to the paranormal. For example, growing up, I had always heard ghost stories. That was a common thing at family get-togethers, was to tell ghost stories. And it was really weird because my grandmother and my aunts and uncles, they didn't tell us these ghost stories to scare us. No, not at all. They would tell us these ghost stories as like, oh, this is what happened to us, and like, if you ever, see this, please be careful, this and that. So with that being said, I was always, exposed to the paranormal at a very young age. My family had always believed in it. So not only were they super religious, but they always believed in ghosts and demons. I have so many stories from, my parents and my elders from when they were in Mexico, and then also when they came here to the United States. For example, like my uncle had lived in an extremely haunted house. Not even my grandfather would ever venture in there after some of his experiences. So that being said, I have many more family ghost stories, so I think I'm going to do a series about that. But yeah, I'm 21 years old. I could legally drink, but honestly I haven't been drinking because I'm busy. I love boba. Boba's so good, guys. My mom used to hate it, but she loves it now. But yeah, when I first decided to make these YouTube videos, I had received what I concluded was a haunted doll from a friend. I'm pretty sure everyone has seen that. That was like my first YouTube video to like blow up, in my opinion, because I had never gotten like over 1K. So that was pretty cool. And if you guys are some of the OG subscribers, like, thank you for that. Honestly, that really means a lot to me. But yeah, that doll had, been tormenting me for a while until I gave her away. And truth be told, I had given her away to like an old friend, and that old friend said that she didn't experience any paranormal activity. But I had kept the dress, and I know a lot of you guys were like, why did you keep the dress? Like, that's a connection to the doll. And I do still experience what I conclude to be paranormal experiences here in my own home, but I can't you know, figure out if it's like the ghost from, you know, that doll, or if it's just, you know, the passing spirits. Yeah, I just like to document everything that happens in my house. I wouldn't consider my house paranormal. I have lived in this house all my life. We are the first owners. But the thing is, we just believe that sometimes things happen here and there because there's a spirit that might be hanging around. And whenever something does happen, I tell my father because he completely believes me every single time. As for my mother, she says she doesn't believe it, but she like will go to her room and pray. She'll like lock the door and pray. And sometimes like she'll see me so horrified and she'll literally like say, no, like you're making it up in your own head, it's your own paranoia. But then she'll like light up like her like Jesus candles, like you know those candles you get at the Mexican drugstore and stuff, yeah, those candles. And then she'll like pray and like she freaks out. But she says that she doesn't experience things because she doesn't let them come in through. But I think that because I'm so open to it, I experience things way more. So way more. So like the other day I was like asleep, and I've been having trouble sleeping lately. Not because I'm scared or anything, but like this whole year, the beginning of this year, like started out very optimistic, and like I feel like a lot of my friends and like people close to me, they're kind of shifting in their life, you know? And that's me included. Like I'm supposed to graduate real soon, but with that being said, like everyone's kind of like doing their own thing, and so I haven't been seeing like my friends lately because I'm working, I'm going to school, I was doing summer school, and it's just really tough, man. I would wake up in the middle of the night, and a lot of times I would feel like I was being watched, but I would be able to go back to sleep right away. Like that's a normal thing in my house. But these past few times, like for example, I keep waking up at least once or twice for the past few 2 months, I believe, like past few weeks. I wake up every single night and I don't see anything, I don't hear anything, but there have been like 2 or 3 instances where I clearly hear like footsteps in the hallway, and I don't know what the hell is wrong with me. I'm ballsy, okay? I literally get up like after 10 minutes of conjuring up this courage for me to check to see if there's anything, or if my mom is like, I don't know, out in my hallway trying to see if I'm on my phone. But every time I go out in the hallway, there's nothing there. So, I mean, that's always been kind of like a normal thing. Ever since I was a little girl, I would wake up and kind of feel like I was being watched, but I was never really able to see anything unless I was at my aunt's extremely haunted house. That's been something that's kind of been making me apprehensive, but I mean, it doesn't seem menacing, you know? I just feel like it's one of the house spirits probably. Another thing, I always, to this day, I still see them, like glimpses of like blobs. Like they're kind of like shadow figures, but they're always like kind of like green and brownish, and a lot of them are black, so I do believe that those are shadow figures. They're not in the shape of a human though, so that's what kind of throws me off. I know a lot of people tend to see shadow figures, but I don't necessarily see them. Like it's really rare, and when I do see a shadow figure, I feel like I feel the negative energy from it. I don't know what the shadow figures are when I do see them, but I just kind of ignore them because I feel like if I give attention to it, it'll come back and like feed off of me and play with like my emotions and my heart, and I don't give any of the spirits that power, you know? Yeah, sometimes I see these like little blobs in my house, and they'll be from the corner of my eye, or sometimes I'll be able to look at them like straight on for a few seconds before they like disappear or like run off in the air. It's really weird, and they kind of look like, I call them my house spirits. A lot of people are like, house spirits, what are those? But I kind of believe like they're fairies. To me, fairies are real, but not in the sense that they're like these little like women with like wings, but more so that they're like these earth spirits. So I feel like there's spirits that reside in nature, and I always have believed that, you know, fairies are the earth spirits, you know, and they always resemble like shrubbery or like bark. That's always their color, and they're not really scary. I mean, they're very quick, and they're kind of like this big every time I see them. They're not orbs, but they're very like dense, as if it was like a floating ghost of like a tree or shrubbery. It's so weird. But yeah, I get a lot of those in my house. but they don't scare me. I see them a lot in the bathroom, believe it or not. It's kind of creepy. I like look up on the railing of my shower curtain and I'll like see it like on the wrought iron, and it's super weird because they'll kind of like entangle itself around the iron. It's really weird. But yeah, they like disappear and they're very, very green. But I'm sorry, I probably sound psycho right now, but it's fine. Everyone sounds kind of crazy every once in a while. Another thing, oh, I had the weirdest dream the other day. So when I was in high school, I lost one of my really good best friends. She was like, you know, very concealed and conservative, not in the sense of her beliefs, but just very kept to herself, and a really sweet girl. And her and I had became friends, and I know this probably seems off, but her and I wouldn't seem like we'd be friends, so I didn't want to make it known that her and I were like friends. So we would talk on like Tumblr and whatnot. But yeah, she had passed away, and I still visit her grave a lot. I still talk to her a lot. I used to feel her a lot. I still do. But I had a dream that I went over to her grave and she was trying to talk to me. Like, she was trying to warn me. And it felt so real. Like, I know this sounds so stupid, but I started forgetting what she would like look like and her mannerisms. And I think it's because like her death, like to this day I think about it every day. But at the same time, like I feel like I'm trying to push that memory away. And in the dream, it's like she kept trying to talk to me and tell me to remember her. And I feel like she didn't want me to forget her. And so I remember I had woken up from that dream in the middle of the night and like went to the bathroom, and I thought I had seen like a shadow. And it was like a very like big black shadow, but it didn't seem negative at all. I just felt like, you know, it was reinforcement that, you know, I might be in a very tough spot in my life, but I do have guardian angels watching over me. And I just have to have trust and faith in the process, whatever the universe may be throwing at me. Yeah, and I remember like waking up from this dream and I was like, oh, it's just a dream, you know, and it felt so real because it was at the graveyard that my friend is buried in, and the layout was precise, you know, it was perfect. And, you know, sometimes when you're dreaming about a place that you have been to before, something's off about it. Like, it'll be the same setting, but there will be like a pond that's not there in real life or something stupid, right? But no, this was like so precise, and there was no BS in this dream, because you know how dreams usually take weird turns? No, this dream was not like that. And the fact that I wake up, go to the bathroom, and like see a black shadow, that kind of freaked me out. But I just prayed to my friend, and you know, I haven't really experienced anything like that since. So I mean, that's kind of good. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I also want to say to a lot of people, you know, I'm really sorry to my subscribers for always saying like, yeah, I'm going to post here, I'm going to post there. But, you know, I have kind of a hard job, not going to lie. And it's very, very draining at times. You know, I work with the elderly. I don't want to say where because people are really weird, and I have some stalkers. Oh my god, I have a good stalker story, guys. Oh my god. But I feel like everyone likes the paranormal stories more. But yeah, my job is very draining, and at times it does involve death. And I'm okay with death, you know? Sometimes it still scares me because no one living knows what happens after we die. Only people that have died know. And despite all of these paranormal incidents I have and what I believe in, I do have doubts still. But I think that's like a mortal fear that all humans and everything living carries, because we're so used to our mortal realm that we don't really know what to expect after. Like, what can you expect? You know, it just seems so abstract and surreal. My job weighs a little heavy at times, and it's very stressful. And, you know, it's really tough because, you know, when you work with the elderly, like, I don't really have grandparents. I don't talk to my grandparents on my dad's side, and my other grandparents on my mom's side, like, they're doing their own thing and they don't live in the same state as me. Well, one doesn't even live in the same country, but you get what I'm saying. So, you know, working with the elderly, I feel like I have, you know, 500 grandma and grandpas, because even for Christmas they spoiled me. But when you get attached to them, you know, and they leave, you know, this world, it's kind of draining, and then I don't feel like making paranormal story times because I feel like I need to decompress and kind of wake myself up from like this depression I get. It's really sad, to be honest. And sometimes you see them deteriorate. Like working with the elderly is so difficult because they are so sensitive. Like if I were to get a broken leg, yes, it would hurt, but I'd be like, I'm fine, I'll heal, like it'll be fine. But when you're old, you deteriorate, man. Like that's scary. And it's just tough, you know, because some of them have cancer and some of them like have these illnesses, which I mean, it's not their fault, but who wants to see like people they care about go through that? And it takes a toll. Like honestly, I'm a very sensitive person. I sense so many things. Sometimes I'm not in the mood to be on social media, or I'm not in the mood to be on YouTube. But then, you know, seeing my subscriber count, you know, I just can't get over that over 1,000 people watch me and want to be notified when I post more. I just cannot believe that. But yeah, that's a little about me. I'm currently a business student, which is pretty cool. I really like it. I was lucky enough to go into college and not change a major, because I know it's like a big fear a lot of people have. But with me, I kind of took that chance and I ended up really liking the classes I was in. And as my major furthered and like advanced itself, like with the classes, I felt like I belonged. So I wanted to be a paranormal investigator. Like that's one of my dream jobs, to be honest. But I think my parents would be really sad. And I know like I talk a lot about my parents and this and that, but you know, I'm Mexican, so with that being said, family is like a big thing. Like I know a lot of people when they turn 18, their parents are like, you're on your own, you know, but no, not with my family. My family doesn't even want me to move out. Like we're so close. So yeah, we talk about everything. My parents would be so sad if I was like a paranormal investigator, because they feel like I would attract unwanted energies. Even when I go to the thrift store, there have been like 2 occurrences where I have brought something home and things kind of acted up. But I don't think like the items were necessarily haunted. I just feel like they needed to be cleansed from like their previous home or owners. So I did that and everything is peachy keen. Everything went back to normal. Oh, also one of my idols growing up was Zach Baggins. It's crazy because he lives here in Vegas too. Everyone lives in Vegas. Like Ronnie from Jersey Shore and like Polly D and like Gwen Wait, does Gwen Stefani live here? I don't know. Celine Dion lives here. I live here. I'm joking. I'm famous in my own house. But but growing up, it was my bread and butter to watch Ghost Adventures every week with my family, because when I was a little girl, you know, I would travel a lot with my parents, and my parents love history. So with that being said, we would always go to these historical landmarks here in the States as often as we could. And my mom growing up, she was a travel agent, so we knew how to travel. And my dad has always been in love with old town like California, you know, when the settlers came and stuff, the architecture of the buildings of the missions, he was always obsessed with. So we would like always go to missions. And I remember one of the scariest paranormal experiences that my whole family and I had all together was at a mission in Santa Barbara. And at the time, we did not know that what we were experiencing was paranormal. We thought that these things that we were seeing were like recreation actors and stuff. Because you know how like at Gettysburg and stuff, they have people dress up as if they were in that time period. Like in the same clothing and attire that a woman or man would wear or a soldier would wear. Yeah, we thought that it was like that. Because, you know, California is very well known for its missions. And it wasn't until years later that my family and I were eating Chinese food at like our like local spot, that we were just eating, and there was a TV in the middle of the restaurant, and the TV didn't have its sound on, but it had like subtitles, and it was like, oh, brand new Ghost Adventures tonight. And this Chinese restaurant had actually had like, at the time, like the type of cable where it let you know in advance, like an hour advance before the actual showing. Like we were able to see the show earlier than its original scheduled time. And it showed Zach Baggins at this mission, and I was like, this looks so familiar. And it was the same exact mission that I had gone to as a little girl. And so my whole family and I were eating our Chinese food, and we're like, oh my god, isn't that like this mission, blah blah blah. And we're like, oh my god, let's hurry up and eat our food and like watch this at home. So we hurried home, and sure enough, it was that same exact mission. And the things that like Zach Baggins had told, you know, and experienced in the show were the same exact experiences that my family and I had years before. So that was like further confirmation that things happen, and it's pretty crazy when it does. But hello, like, my whole family believes in spirits and ghosts, so that's that. Oh yeah, one time I actually saw Zach Baggins at, what's it called? First Friday. Here in Vegas we have something called First Friday, and it's basically a art show, the first of every Friday, like in the art district that we have down here. And I actually saw him. He was like really drunk though. It was really funny. I actually have a picture with him, but I look terrible in the picture, so I don't like it. But with that being said, yeah, this was supposed to be a get ready with me, but it's just like a chit chat with me. So I still can't believe I got 1,000 subs, guys. Honestly, like, you guys rock. You know, I've always wanted to be a YouTuber low key, but I've always been involved in extracurricular activities. I'm very, very, very social. I'm a Taurus, if you guys did not know. I have always been busy. Like, if I don't feel busy, I feel like I'm not doing enough in my life. I feel my day hasn't been fulfilled until I do something busy. So I'm always on the go, go, go. Always trying to like meet up with friends, because I love seeing my friends and family. That's literally all I do when I'm not working or going to school or studying or God knows what. But yeah, that's also something else that a lot of people don't know about me. I love to communicate. I love traveling. I love going on adventures. I would tell y'all more ghost stories, but I'm gonna save those for individual YouTube videos, because I feel like those are always the best. Or let me know if you guys like these get ready with me's. I also want to kind of tell other stories that aren't paranormal, because y'all, I am such a calm soul now. Like, I'm always very outgoing in my friend groups and like in my family. I feel like I'm kind of the black sheep of the family. I don't try to say that like in a cocky way, because I know some people are like, oh my god, I'm the black sheep. Like, people don't get me at times, but it's okay. But with that being said, like, I had such a crazy childhood. And it's not because my parents were bad parents. Like, they were the greatest parents, but I was just wild. And I literally have so many stories that I look back and I'm like, was I really involved in that? Was I really part of this? Did I contribute to this situation? And y'all, some of these are like Shannon Rose style. Like, it's kind of like weird. I feel like that wasn't even me. I feel I was possessed by a crazy spirit at times. I was so wild, but I learned so much from it. It also kind of makes me sad, because knowing everything that I had done and like all the paranormal experiences I've had, I feel like I'm gonna be super strict and religious when I'm older. And I feel so bad for like my future kids. Oh my god, it's gonna be sad. I was such a wild teenager, and like, dang. So yeah, oh, and also I was like, I need to come up with more content for my channel, and I want to tell like, what can I tell a story on? And a lot of these stories like involve actual people, so I don't know if like they're kind of like unbelievable and crazy, like Tana Mojo status. Yeah, when I was pondering on this thought, you know, I kind of want to do more content about story times, like growing up and like my crazy childhood, because I'm not a child anymore. You know, I was kind of apprehensive to do that, because I don't know if these people like stalk me. Like, you know how like stalking is like a real thing online, but people are like, oh, it's not stalking because whatever you put online, it's available. No, like if you're going out of your way to stalk someone that has clear... Whew, so sorry about that. My camera battery died. But like I was saying, a lot of people were like, oh, whatever you post, it's out there to the public, so it's not stalking. Like, no. If you go out of your way to stalk someone that you know you're not on good terms with and that you have been blocked by, this and that, like, no, that's stalking. So when I was like, what kind of content should I come up with for my YouTube channel? Oh my god, my stalker ex-boyfriend like showed up. Like, I want to tell that story. So let me know if I should tell the story about the old haunted mission first from when I was a kid, or if I should tell about like my stalker ex. But at the same time, like, I've been over like my ex for a long time, to be honest, because it was a very toxic relationship. But at the same time, like, he pops up in my life here and there, and I'm pretty sure he's probably gonna see this, and that's not my goal, is to, you know, conjure up his stalker tendencies, you know. But at the same time, like, I know that so many girls go through situations that make them feel uncomfortable, and they feel like, oh no, but this is my boyfriend. No, honey, there are situations where it's like not okay. To be honest, like, I've learned more from like open relationships and like people I've had things with that have never become official with than I have from like actual relationships, you know. And in cases, like, I have been treated better by like platonic relationships or, you know, friends with benefits type of relationships than I have from like actual relationships. So I don't know, life is crazy, guys. You don't know what to expect anymore. But if you're going through a weird situation that makes you feel uncomfortable, it's for a reason, you know. But with that being said, yes, I want to put more paranormal content out there, but I feel like, I don't know if you guys just want to see me as like a paranormal channel, or if y'all want to hear about like, I don't know, like my past. Ew, that sounds ugly, because I'm like 21, I'm still going through it, guys. But yeah, I mean, let me know. If you guys hear like noises, my whole family is kind of like, we're having a get together, and I'm literally getting ready for it. That's why I'm doing like a get ready for me right now. But yeah, so again, I cannot thank you guys enough. I always hear about monetization, but I never thought I would get on that level, you know. And of course, I'm like not making any money right now. I made like, what, 26 cents, but still, like, I can't believe that. It's crazy to me. I wish I was rich so I could do a giveaway for like 1K, but y'all, I pay for my own school, and I know others have it worse. Like, you know, they live on their own and they don't have like any support from their parents and stuff. You know, I'm blessed, but at the same time, like, oh my god, school is expensive. It really is. I think I'm gonna go to the graveyard tonight, maybe. And I go to visit my friend, and I find graveyards at night so peaceful, guys. Like, so peaceful. I really want to go with one of my friends, but I haven't heard from him in a while. So it's kind of making me... Sorry, my phone keeps buzzing. That's been kind of making me sad, low-key, but it is what it is. As you grow older, you truly learn that nothing is ever personal, and that you really are alone at the end of the day. And that's not a pessimistic, you know, viewpoint. Like, you really are. You know, everyone is so consumed with their own lies, you know, and they're just trying to build their lives, you know. But I used to take that so personal. But here I have all these ghosts to keep me company, you know, so. Oh my god, like, last night, like, for Valentine's Day, one of my friends, like, it was this guy I kind of had a thing with, got me like a bunch of like are they called aluminum? Yeah, aluminum, right? Balloons. And they're like the heart shaped or whatever, and I had like, what, 6 of them, but they all slowly, you know, began to deflate, and I have one that is still surviving, and I just keep it around because I like to see a little floating heart in my house. And the AC like is on in my house, and it turns on more often because Vegas heat, guys, is not a joke. Vegas heat is disgusting, completely and utterly despising. It's disgusting. And in the middle of the night, like I started hearing like this scratching noise, like that, and I was like, what the hell is that? But I didn't feel any, like, I hate saying this, but vibes, you know? So I was like, what the hell is that? And I called my mom, okay? I'm a 21-year-old woman, okay? And I was like, Mom! And then she comes in my room, and I was like, I think that's the balloon. And sure enough, it was like the balloon going across like my ceiling. So stupid. So I put it inside of my closet, so it's kind of just chilling there. But yeah, I knew it wasn't a spirit though, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say that I heard this, I heard that, so. Yeah, if you hear voices, that's my uncle, so. He's the one that lived in this super haunted house. Like, oh my god, my aunt and my uncle have lived in super haunted houses. Damn. Okay. My hair's wild. That's the thing about having like curly or textured hair. It's just really, you cannot tame it. And my hair's at a weird length now. It was like up to here because I got dumped last year and my hair was super long, and then I just like cut it all off. Like I had like one of those after dump epiphanies to cut off my hair. So let's see. Okay, there we are. Oh, hello. So yeah, above all, I keep looking at myself. I need to look in the camera. Okay, I'm still not used to this, but above all, I just want to say thank you, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for riding through this with me. I know I'm not an actual YouTuber. I don't even know what an actual YouTuber is. We all start out like this, right? I don't know where I want to take this channel, but I know I just want to keep sharing with you guys and, you know, sharing my life, I guess, because I feel like I have a lot to offer, not only to, you know, my subscribers or people who may watch me or be going through some paranormal instances or experiences, or maybe they need advice, like, you know, big sister or something. But at the same time, you know, I just feel like it's a blessing in disguise, you know? I know that sounds dramatic, but it's crazy. It's just crazy to me. But thank you so much for 1K. I'm still in shock. I can't believe, you know, I even got that email from YouTube. I never thought I would get that email. I just never thought anything of it. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for your support. You know, I really, really appreciate you guys. And thanks for listening to my ghost stories and not thinking I'm crazy and actually believing me because, oh my god, I sound crazy. But, you know, I really think that this is a good thing, and I want to thank you all, and I hope you all have a blessed day. Thank you guys so much. I'll be uploading another story time soon, so let me know if you want to hear about like my experience with like my stalker ex, or if you want to hear about that old mission in California that my whole family and I experienced crazy things, and these things were so realistic that we didn't even realize they were paranormal until years later. So again, thank you guys so much from 1K. 1K, that's 1K. That's like the, wow, that's the price of one class. Okay, I hear people singing downstairs, so that's my cue to go. Bye!